You've been up to Linton-on-Ouse. You saw the level, I think, of local opposition to it ever being there in the first place.
Well, they are delighted, of course. They were very fearful of the possibility of 1,200 young men going into that village of only about 500 people, Nigel. The RAF base is right next to the village. So some real concern that these people, of course, would have been free to wander around the village. There's only one shop, no other amenities there. And, OK, the vast majority will behave themselves, but there was real concern that it only takes one or two to misbehave and you've got potential for trouble. But that's not going to happen now, because it seems the Ministry of Defence has pulled the rug from underneath Priti Patel, because having signed up to this plan to allow this asylum reception centre at the base in December of last year, they now at the 11th hour have decided it's not going to happen. And of course the first of these asylum seekers, I'm told, were due to move in next month.
And of course Sunak and Truss, as potential prime ministers, have both said they didn't support Linton-on-Ouse. So I guess, in a sense, both the Home Office and the MOD had to comply. But here's the point. 18,500 have come so far this year. It would appear the pace of those coming has quickened considerably over the course of the last month. Hey, they've got to go somewhere unless we start a different policy and send people back.
Yeah, weather is going to get a bit better later in the week. I think we could, in the space of a week, be up nearer 20,000 who've crossed the Channel since the beginning of the year. I was there at Lade Airport in April, Nigel, when this big fanfare, Boris Johnson announcing this three-pronged approach, the Royal Navy taking over command and control, thousands going off to Rwanda, and of course Linton-on-Ouse, where Rwanda is mired, as we know, in legal challenges. Linton-on-Ouse isn't happening. The Royal Navy are there, but as you say, being pretty ineffectual in terms of being able to pick up.
But they do get to tow in the empty boats once Border Force have picked off the passengers. I mean, you can't believe this.
It's very efficient. The problem now that the Home Office have, and it is a real problem, is that they can't just summon up somewhere else like Linton-on-Ouse. As painful as it was to contemplate for the villagers up there, something had to be done significantly to try to stop the use of, it was 30,000 hotel rooms every single day for asylum seekers. When we did a report revealing that 2.5 months ago, we didn't realise another 10,000 would cross the Channel in the interim. So these people require accommodation as well. It's a growing crisis. Where do you put them? You can't keep paying out more than £5 million a day. This was the solution. These big bases with the ready-made accommodation, put them in, and it's going to cost a lot less. You can manage it better with all the facilities there. But it's highly controversial because no one wants it.
And of course, when the Napier barracks in Folkestone were used, they set fire to it. The migrants set fire to it. So it's not going away. Would it be fair of me to say that the lid declaration that we got from Boris Johnson, supported by Priti Patel, that all of those policies that were laid out are in ruins?
Absolutely. They are in tatters. They really are. There is no doubt about it, because Linton's not happening. As I say, Rwanda isn't happening anytime soon unless the future Prime Minister, whichever one that turns out to be, decides that we're going to come out of the ECHR, then it's still going to get challenged in the courts. So they will be frustrated at every turn.